What does getting old look like to you? For me, when I was younger, I always pictured when someone said, "What does getting old look like?" I always pictured my granny. My granny had this wrinkly, wizened face. She had a little hump in her back, walked with a little stoop. And most of the time when I was visiting her, she was sitting in her rocking chair, rocking. Now, as I am older, my picture of getting old has changed. Did you know that there is now new science out there that actually shows that we can affect how we age? Can you imagine having more energy or as much energy as you did when you were younger, being able to sleep all night, and perhaps not having that wizened, wrinkled face, maybe a little bit more youthful appearance? Well, does all that sound good to you? Then you're in the right place tonight, because we are going to talk about defying our age naturally. So we're going to start with an introduction. You guys will learn who's going to be presenting tonight. We are going to talk about 3 different methods to age, to slow aging naturally. One through Nrf2 activation, one through taking collagen, and then the third way is a new product that Lifevantage has just come out with. We're so excited about it. And then we'll end our talk tonight by talking a little bit about our company, Lifevantage. So I am Therese Houk. I'm a nurse. I am also a yoga instructor. I've been both for over, 25 years and 40 years as a nurse. I'm a mom of 3, grandma of 4, and I'm also a breast cancer survivor. And that's really what interested me in Lifevantage. Was, as a breast cancer survivor, I was looking for ways to thrive after going through chemo, double mastectomy, losing all my hair. I wanted to get back to where I was before I went through that horrific journey. And this has helped me so much. We also have on the call tonight Dr. Rebecca Glasser. She is a plastic surgeon and has been practicing for 23 years. She also served on the scientific advisory board for Lifevantage for 5 years. So let's get started. Before we dive into what Nrf2 activation is, I want to explain a little bit about oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is a new term for something called free radical damage. Free radical damage or oxidative stress occurs when we use oxygen. Do you use oxygen? Hello, we all do, right? And so what happens when we use oxygen, a breakdown product of using oxygen is free radicals. Free radicals are bad for our cell. They actually damage our cell. And so you can see in this picture how the illustration clearly shows when you cut an apple in half, you see that apple browning, wrinkling. That is the result of oxidative stress. Similarly, this is happening to our cells inside of us. And we know as we age that this is probably one of the root causes of aging. The way our body normally combats this is our body, every cell in our body actually produces antioxidants. Antioxidants are helpful in cleaning up our cells, getting rid of that damage from oxidative stress, but also reducing inflammation. And so the pathway that is responsible for signaling the cell to make antioxidants is what we call the Nrf2 pathway. This is a pathway that is very, very important. It activates survival genes in our bodies, which in turn make survival enzymes. Do you think those are good for us? Yes, absolutely. And some other things, you can see the other things that it does. It improves cellular function, removes toxins, helps reduce premature aging, yay, eliminates cells that we don't need anymore that are very damaged beyond repair, and protects against cellular stress. Very important pathway in our body. Nrf2 activation is such an important pathway that the Washington State University in 2015 came out with this statement. Nrf2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. Nrf2 may become the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Very powerful statement. And so what if we could activate this pathway naturally to help our cells work the way they did when we were in our 20s and our 30s? That's what Protandim Nrf2 Synergizer does. We have been able to show that we can reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, and that is in every single person that has tried it. So amazing, amazing results. There's nothing else on the market that can make this claim, and this is an FDA approved claim. We support natural cellular repair and rejuvenation processes, and there was also a study done that showed that it actually increased the median lifespan of mice by 7%. Now, that doesn't sound like much, but this is quite a powerful product that we're talking about and what it can do for our bodies. It's composed of 5 natural herbs. You see them listed below: turmeric, milk thistle, green tea extract, ashwagandha, and bacopa. These are all powerful antioxidants in and of themselves. But it's not any one antioxidant that is activating this pathway. It's the 5 together that synergistically activate this pathway to help our cells make the antioxidants that we did when we were younger, thus cleaning our cells out, reducing inflammation. It's amazing. And we have so many stories, testimonials, real life examples of how this has helped people dramatically. So we're going to turn over now to Dr. Glasser, and she's going to share with you the wonder of our True Science liquid collagen.
So thank you, Therese. So collagen, collagen is fun because to me, collagen is one of those things where a picture is really worth 1,000 words. So, Therese was very clear when she showed you the picture of the apple, of that apple browning, or of that cell aging. Well, we all see this every day as we look in the mirror, right? As we're aging, as we're starting to get more wrinkles, as our skin doesn't look as clean and healthy and glowing as it used to, as things start sagging. This is all part of the aging process. And so you can see some of these results with liquid collagen. Here on the left, I mean, look around her eyes. Her eyes have defied aging in so many ways. They're brighter. I mean, you can see those beautiful blue eyes. You couldn't even see them before because of all the hooding, the puffiness around her eyes. And look at this gentleman on the right-hand side of your screen. Look at his crow's feet, or those smile lines along the lateral side of his eyes. Those have really diminished. And in addition to that, look at his skin. His skin looks clean. It looks healthy. It has a glow to it. It looks fuller. So these are just some of the examples we're going to get into. So next slide, please. So why do we need collagen? Well, collagen is really one of the building blocks of our skin. I think of it as the architecture, right? It's all of that structure underneath our skin that's holding our skin up and preventing that sagging and preventing those wrinkles from occurring. But what happens as we age? Well, let's say at age 20, you still have a lot of collagen, but look, even in our 20s, our collagen is starting to reduce. And as we're getting into our 50s, 60s, 70s, the amount of collagen that you have left is dramatic. Okay, so you start losing collagen even as early as your 20s. Next slide, please. And collagen, you know, it's not only what we're thinking about for skin, but in collagen is also an important building block for your hair, for your nails, for your joints. Okay. And so as we're looking at these different collagens, next slide, please. There's a lot of different collagens on the market. And so some of the original collagens that were made were powders or they were in pill form. And the problem with those powders in that pill form was they really were poorly absorbed, really less than 10% absorption by putting that powdered collagen in your coffee. So they just didn't work well. So then we went to liquid collagens, and liquid collagens work so much better because now you're getting around a 70 to 80% absorption rate, much higher absorption rate. But the reason that our liquid collagen from Lifevantage is so different is because it's an activator. So Therese talked about activation of your genes. You know, when you're taking Protandim Nrf2, you are turning up those good genes and turning down those bad genes. It's activating the Nrf2 pathway. Well, our liquid collagen is doing the same thing. It's activating those genes, which make more collagen. But in addition to that, it's also activating genes to prevent the degradation or the breakdown of the collagen that you have. So our liquid collagen is really working in 3 different ways. Activating, that's the most important one. That's what makes us so unique. We're also replenishing the collagen that's been lost, and we're helping to maintain the collagen that we have. Next slide, please. So, you know, as a science geek, as a plastic surgeon, I love looking at this graph because this is looking at collagen density. And if you look over on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see when the collagen density is high, you're getting those yellows, those oranges, those reds. But when the collagen density is low, then you're in the darker colors, the blacks, the greens. So at week 0, the collagen density is starting at 30.5. There's a lot of black, there's a lot of green in this slide. But look at week 4. We've got a collagen density that's gone all the way up to 57.5. But look how much more yellow is there. Do you see that collagen being activated, being made? And then look over to week 8. Oh my gosh, to go from 30.5 to 68.5. That skin looks completely different from activation. That is the power of our liquid collagen. Next slide, please. So let's look at some real life examples, right? This picture is stunning. This woman, I mean, she is beautiful before and beautiful afterwards. But there is something about her in that second picture. She has an unbelievable glow. This is a 1-year result. All right. So some people can see results in as early as 30 days, but I really like looking at that 1-year result. So look around her eyes. Again, I think that's always a place we really notice it. You can see that she's lost a lot of collagen, that architecture under her eyes on the left-hand side. Look around her mouth. Look at those lines, marionette lines. Look at the nasolabial folds, these creases between the nose and the mouth down. Those are gone. But then also look at her skin tone, her texture, and that glow. You cannot ignore that glow. She looks absolutely amazing. And again, this is a 1-year result. Next slide, please. Here's another one, and this is mislabeled, but that one that says 5 months should read 1 year, okay? So look again, day 1 on the left-hand side. You know, she's had that damage from the sun, from being outside, from getting older. Look around her eyes. I always say, look around those eyes. It is amazing the aging she has just around her eyes. Nasolabial folds, marionette lines. Look at her neck. Look at her neck. She's got so much loose skin there and sag. Her skin looks unhealthy. She's got a lot of sun damage here. So then look, day 120, she's already looking amazing. But then 1 year out, it looks like she is a completely new person. She has amazing glow, but look how her face has filled in. That architecture, that structure has been rebuilt. And by doing so, you're getting rid of those lines and wrinkles. And look at her neck. Her neck is amazing. It's tighter, it's filled in. I'm telling you, these are just amazing results. Next slide, please. So next, let's talk about necks. In plastic surgery, we see a lot of necks. People always hate their necks. You know, even if you're thin, you can have changes in your neck. But look at that as you fill it in, as it gets tightened, as that structure returns, as you're rebuilding collagen. Next slide. I put this in here to remind me of hair. How many people during COVID had some hair loss? I mean, a lot of people. When you're really stressed, what happens? You lose hair. So I put this in because this was, you know, a few months after starting collagen, and look at that regrowth right in the middle. You know, that hair is popping out, and not only are you getting more hair growth, but it's shinier, it's healthier, it's thicker, it's fuller, you're getting more volume. That's the power of collagen. Next slide. So, you know, Therese talked a little bit about our granny, and we always think about our grandparents, and or as we get older, what happens to our skin? It gets very thin, it gets friable, fragile, it bruises easily, it cuts easily because that structure is gone. Your skin is the largest organ of your body. It's so important in protection. So look at this gentleman, 86 years old. And look at the difference between 10 days and 45 days. Do you think he just improved that barrier, improved that structure to protect him against the outside world? It's amazing. I mean, these pictures are just so telling. Next slide, please. So when we think about collagen, we think about the entire body. When we first started taking collagen, we all took pictures of our face. But then we were like, well, what about our legs, our arms, these other areas? What happens when you lose collagen? Well, that upper picture shows you. You get kind of that lumpy, bumpy, a little bit of that cellulite. And as you fill in the collagen, I mean, wouldn't you want to have legs like that? Pretty exciting. Next slide, please. So we have combined these two products to what we call the Healthy Glow Essentials Stack. So it's the combination of proteinum as well as collagen. So you're addressing aging from the inside of your body. You're doing so much from a cellular level. But then from a collagen standpoint, you're also addressing your skin, your hair, your nails, your joints. And then we just returned from a conference, and we talked a lot about a new patent study that's coming out looking at this combination of collagen as well as proteinum Nrf2. And what it showed was it also improves your immunity, your innate immunity. How many of you guys are worried about the cold and flu season coming up as we're hitting fall? You know, it's easy to catch colds. But what this does, it's really helping with activating your immune response. So it's the right response. You don't want it hyper-reactive. And hyper-reactive would be something like an autoimmune response when your body is attacking self, and you don't want it too low so that you're not able to fight off and ward off those things that attack you. So it's really helping improve the innate immune response. Next slide, please. All right, so Healthy Glow Essential Stack, that is available right now. I am just going to point out that there is a 3-tiered system here, where if you are a consultant with the company, you get the lowest price. So if you combine Protandim Nrf2 and collagen, then that consultant price is $175. If you were a customer on subscription, the price is a little bit higher at $198. And if you just bought it as a one-time order, that would be the highest price at $220. Each of these products is available separately or together combined. There's a lot of different options. So again, it just figure out what your budget is and what your needs are. What problem are you trying to solve? Okay, next slide. So at convention, we just launched a brand new product, which is available to us now as consultants, but we'll be launching on November 2nd. And I want to spend a little bit of time on this because, again, in plastic surgery, retinol is one of those skincare products that a lot of people are familiar with. And most people have a love-hate relationship with retinol. Because what happens when you use retinol? Retinol works as an exfoliant. It is causing your body to shed those dead skin layers. And in doing so, it has a few side effects: redness, scaliness, flaking, itching. And it's a product that you have to slowly move up on the concentration in order to make it work. And so Lifevantage said, well, why in the world would we have all those side effects and go through all of that pain in order to get healthy skin when we can create something else? So this is a better than retinol alternative to renew your skin. Okay, and it's called True Renew. Next slide. So when we did our 8-week study, we were looking specifically at 11 different visible signs of aging. 11, so I'm sorry, 6-week study. So what you can see is on the left-hand side, what are those different things we were looking at? Firmness, lift. Does anyone do this in the mirror? Firmness and lift. We all want that. Tightness, smoothness, tone. Overall complexion. Do you have darks and lights? Do you have spots in there? Reduced lines. Hydration. Hydration is one of those things that prevents you from having that glow. So hydration is very important. Bounce, plumpness. That's kind of what we talked about with collagen, right? And radiance. It's that glow. All right. So if you look at that over 3 weeks' time, you can see that in all 11 of these categories, we improved appearance in all 11 of these categories. And at 6 weeks, look at those numbers. Now your skin turns over about every 4 months. So what would happen if you continue to use this over a year? All right, this is a great product. It can be used standalone, or it can be combined with Protandim Nrf2 as well as our collagen. Next slide, please. So, what are some of the other things that you want to know about it? People want to know ingredients. So the mastermind behind this product, there's a few of them, but cranberry biopeptides. This is kind of the mastermind behind it. They're powerful antioxidant properties helping to reduce free radicals. Does that sound a little familiar? So they're really helping with that premature skin aging. And it also helps with elasticity of the skin, reducing the lines, fine lines and wrinkles. And then one of those other ingredients in it is wild pansy, which is again important in your skin's natural barrier function. That's what I was talking about with the 86-year-old gentleman who got on the collagen. It helps improving that moisture. It helps your skin be plump and supple. And this is a cream that we use twice daily for best practices. Next slide, please. So Therese, I have been long-winded. I'll turn it back over to you to talk a little bit about Lifevantage, where we started and the direction that we're going.
Thank you, Rebecca. That I always love listening to your science. You explain things so well for all of us. So we're going to change gears a little bit now and talk a little bit about who we are and where we started. Well, our company's been around for 20 years. We started in 2003. We only had one product, and that was Protandim Nrf2, the one that I talked about at the very beginning. We were sold at GNC stores on the shelves. Now, can you imagine someone picking up a bottle of that Protandim and walking up to a store clerk and asking the store clerk, how does this work? Do you think that store clerk would have any clue? I mean, I just spent, 10 minutes talking about how it works and why it works. And so needless to say, this was not a very good business model for our company. And in 2005, we had a little bump when John Quinones from ABC Primetime Investigative News did a story and attempted to debunk our product. He did not. He could not debunk it. As a matter of fact, he proved that it worked in him. And to this day, he is still on our product. Well, we were still trying to sell in GNC stores and it wasn't working. So we ended up switching our business model to direct sales, which is where we are now. And we have flourished since then. This is the right business model for us. One thing that I totally love about this company is that we are publicly traded. We are on the NASDAQ and our call sign is LFVN. And our stock in the last year has really been climbing because people are realizing, oh, this stuff works. And we're just growing phenomenally. We became debt-free during COVID. We have our headquarters are based out of Salt Lake City. So all of our products are made in the USA, which I love. So I mentioned direct sales. Well, more specifically, we are in the network marketing sector. Network marketing, or MLM, has kind of a bad taste for a lot of people. People may have had a bad experience in the past with MLMs, or you've heard negative things about it, but it's actually a very viable business model. It works if you work. It is not net wish marketing. It is net work marketing. And so if you're talking to someone that says, oh, only the people at the top make the money, that's a pyramid, those things are not true, especially in our company. I have seen example after example after example that shows that it's hard work that makes this company work and makes you successful. And network marketing is nothing to shy away from, because this is a 325 billion global business in worldwide in sales. That's how much we had. There's 250 million distributors or consultants, not just in Lifevantage. This is all different types of network marketing. It's a very viable business. One thing that I love about Lifevantage is that I don't have a garage full of product. Everything we do is online. We send a shopping cart to someone who's interested and they order it. It gets delivered to their door. We are not really a middleman. They work directly with Lifevantage to get their product. We just get the process started. We do the educating. We guide them to our website. And pretty much that's it. And then we take care of our customers after that. It's a laptop lifestyle. Most people come into our company starting this as a side gig because it does take time to build your business. Just like any business, it takes a little bit of time. and it really depends on how much time you put into it. So if you can only, sorry, excuse me, if you can only do a few hours a week, you're going to grow a little more slowly than if you can do a few hours a day. That's the difference. Rebecca, do you want to talk about this slide?
Sure. So this is our income disclosure statement. As Therese said, we're a publicly traded company. So this income disclosure statement is down to the penny. We recently rang the closing bell on the NASDAQ, and as Teresa said, our stock is really going up. And the reason for that, which was revealed at convention, is that we've been in a positive revenue cycle for the last 5 quarters, which is amazing. So that is why our stock is going up. So you can see on this, and it's a busy slide, but let's kind of concentrate on the left-hand side is looking at the distributor rank. So a Pro 3 is one of our stability ranks, okay? A Pro 3 is equivalent to doing 5,000 in sales. That's you and your team doing 5,000 in sales. And if you can look at this middle thing, it says commissions at paid rank, and there's a number that says 659. 659 represents the monthly average income of someone who has achieved that Pro 3 rank or Senior Consultant 3 rank. That's very doable. And you think about inflation these days, 659, that is about, it's actually a little more than that of what it's costing you every month in order to buy groceries and put gas in your car and to pay rent or your mortgage. Inflation is not going away. Even if they've decreased inflation, it doesn't mean the cost of goods have gone down. And so many people, I think, are looking for a side gig, a way to make additional income. And an extra $659 a month is a wonderful thing. Well, let's say you go a little higher in the company and you get up to a Premier Pro 4 or a Managing Consultant 1. Well, with that's 10,000 in volume. The average income for that level is $1,639 a month. What would that do for you? Or let's say you want to go a little higher. You want to get to Teresa's rank. Pro 5, Managing Consultant 2. How about an extra $3,200 a month? Okay. And let's say you even want to go farther and you go to a Pro 7 or an Executive Consultant 1. That's 80,000 in volume a year. That's my level. The average income is 13,000 a month. All right. So this is really a viable option. It can be a side gig. It can bring in a little bit of money, but long term, think about what that does for your retirement and your quality of life. All right. Next slide, please. So we always put this one in here, time to take action. So we covered so much information in a very short amount of time. But what we're trying to do is give you a taste of what we're all about and to present a little bit of the science behind 3 of the products that we have. Protandim Nrf2, Collagen, and the new True Renew. You can buy them separately. You can buy them bundled. For that matter, right now, the new True Renew, if you sign up as a brand new consultant and you get the Healthy Glow Essentials stack, which includes Protandim Nrf2 and the collagen, you get a free Renew with your subscription each month for the next 3 months. So it's a great time to get involved with the business. But if you decide, the business really isn't for me, but I sure would like to try the product, we love our customers. So please let us know if you're interested in becoming a customer. Either way, make sure that you touch base with the person who invited you tonight and let them know where you stand. Let them know what questions you have. People have so many questions with all of this, but either way, I'm so excited about presenting these products because to me, you know, as we age, we want to age gracefully. We want to not just have quantity of life, live until we're 90 or 100, but we really want quality of life where we're improving our health and we look and feel the same way. So thank you all so much for attending tonight. And with that, I think we will stop our recording and open it up for any questions.